So today, lads, we are going to be talking about the two players that just got waived and why the Indiana Fever did it and their likelihood of getting picked up. Obviously, I have talked a little bit about this, what specific teams. I'm just kind of spitballing off the top of my head. We're going to go in depth looking at teams now because I'm back at home, I'm back at my setup. This is the last video I'm recording today. If you're wondering why I'm wearing the bucket hat, you know, it's the last day. It's going to be the last day of the yellow bucket hat. I'm sorry, it's going to be the last day of the yellow bucket hat because it was the Leeds Championship parade. And, you know, when you got a team and you got a city full of people wearing the yellow bucket hats, we're wearing the yellow bucket hats. Unfortunately, I cannot be in the great city of Leeds. That is the McDonald's that I remember when I flew in one time on New Year's Day. It was the only thing that was open, and it was just walked in, and I might as well have been in a zombie apocalypse movie after people being out for New Year's Eve the previous night. But the last of the bucket hat. Either way, we're going to be talking about these. So, does Jilly Elaine have any shot of making it to back into the WNBA? I think very unlikely. I think very, very unlikely. She is somebody who played in a couple of WNBA games in her career, and they were in 2021. Played, or maybe these were preseason games in 2021, has not made the team. However, I do have to say, had a great season overseas, and you just never know. You just never know with these type of players because she did have a really good season overseas. But I think for her to make the WNBA again, she's going to have another overseas season like she had this year for a better team. So I was wondering when it came to her. She was a top scorer in the Turkish league, which again is where you're going to get the highest standard of ball outside of the USA. But in that league, she was killing it. Like, she ended the season with a 29 and 27 point game back to back against Bottas and Damaris Dantas. She had 27, but not a great 3-point shooter. She looked small. That's the one thing I noticed. Like, she was supposed to be 6'3". She did not look 6'3". So I just don't see her being back in the WNBA. But if we're going to be honest, Bree Hall I thought looked good. I didn't think Bree Hall looked great when she was on the floor with Caitlin Clark, which is a weird one. You would have thought, like, you know, the like South Carolina players, you would have thought that the players that everyone talks about being so great at fitting in would have looked kind of better. Whereas in fact it was Yvonne Ejim that looked really good with Caitlin Clark. But we're going to talk about I'm going to talk about some teams that could end up signing Bree Hall, and which of these teams I think is most likely to sign her, and which of these teams will and what team, well, obviously which team, and which teams are not going to sign her. So teams that are not going to sign Bree Hall: the Wings, obviously the Fever Cutter, Sparks, the Lynx, the Sky, the Mystics, and we're going to look at every other team, honestly. So, and we're going to look at who these players are, who she's competing with, and can she beat them out. So, for the Atlanta Dream right here. First of all, the Atlanta Dream could have drafted her, and they chose not to. But you're looking at this team, you're looking at the 12 that are going to make it. It'll be probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, definitely 9, 10. So she is kind of would be competing with like a Taylor Thierry and stuff. Maya Caldwell, she'd be competing with her. And I don't know. I think there's an outside chance because if you're looking at their backup wings, obviously you've got your starting wings in Ryan Howard and Alicia Gray. I think Haley Jones is going to play a bit everywhere. You got Walker Kimbrough as a backup. You got Maya Caldwell, and you've also now got Tahina Pau. So they do probably need a bit more size on that wing and a little bit more defense on the wing. She is a team that I think the Dreamer team, I think she could make the final roster, but I don't see them giving up. I think if they wanted her, they would have taken her instead of Pau. So that is just my opinion. Then you have got the Phoenix Mercury. This is a team where there's a lot of unknowns because we all know three of their key players. They're probably like Satu, Copper, Alyssa Thomas. No one has a clue of anything past that. So I assume Kalani Brown's going to make the roster. I see Nate Tibbetts using her in situational play. Sammy Wickham is going to make the roster, obviously, but she's pushing 40. After that, it's a lot of unknowns. Like Sev Guzen's going to make the roster. Lax is going to make the roster. I have a weird feeling she might start, but no one has a clue. Nobody's a clue what's going to happen. It seems to me like Akoa Makani is going to be starting to start the year. Like, she is a 23 or 24-year-old now guard, probably going to start at the 1. Is coming off a fantastic season in France. Or is it France where she was? Either way, she's coming off a fantastic season. She could be a good player. But if you're looking at like big wings, I don't know enough about this team. I need to watch them because they have, again, like Alexis Prince. How can she shoot the ball? Looks like that's all she's been done. She's played 3 WNBA games and all of her field goals have been 3-point shots. So that's kind of what you're looking at. Is like, I don't know enough about these players. Is she better than Celeste Taylor? Debatably, but I think they play Celeste Taylor about the 1. He's not better than Uzun. I don't know. I really don't know like who's going to play at that wing position from Tamira Poindexter, like as that wing shooter. Laxa, Prince. I don't know anything about Makarat. So, and Akoa Makani and Alexa Held. I don't know anything about these players. So, they've got a lot of relatively big guards. And Bree Hall can come in and compete. Will she make the final roster? The thing I'm not going to confidently say without question, yes, I don't know anything about any of these players. I'll be completely honest. I know very little, if anything, about any of these players outside of Laxa. And the only reason I know about Laxa is because she played Ireland twice. But could she make the roster 100% with the Mercury? The Storm are the team that are very much in need of wing depth, because I thought Serena Sundell was okay last night. I thought she was fine. I didn't think she looked great against a bad Connecticut Sun team, which would be a bit of a worry. I think Sundell's probably going to be a point guard, for being honest. Lexi Brown, again, you just never know what the story's going to be with her, with Crohn's. But you're looking at Alicia Clark starting to 1. Katie Lou's now out for the season. They cut Mackenzie Holmes? Or is she still there? Obviously, Erica Wheeler's going to be in a rotation, it seems. Zaya Cook's small. Like, I think she would come in and do a good job on this roster because she plays defense. I think she would come in and she would do a good job coming in for a Gabby Williams for a few minutes, coming in for an Alicia Clark. Like, you cannot play Alicia Clark 35 a game, which they might have to do. She's like, again, she's pushing 40. 38 in the middle of the season. You cannot expect her to play 35 a game. So when it comes to the Storm, I would be actively going out and trying to get her. The only reason I wouldn't go and get her is if you believe that, if you fully believe that Cheyenne Sellers is a wing and you think Cheyenne Sellers gives you more upside than Bree Hall. But otherwise, I would go actively be looking at Bree Hall and quick. Another team's the Aces. You're looking at the Aces team, and if you're looking at their bench, Aaliyah Nye was exceptional. And I have not made a video yet on Aaliyah Nye. That will be coming tomorrow. Harmony Turner is not making the roster. Aaliyah Nye is, like, that one preseason game, Aaliyah Nye's made the roster. I don't care. You can cut Liz Kitley for all I care. And to be fair, she was like second off the bench. It's not going to happen otherwise. Crystal Bradford didn't look like she was up to much. Queen Egbo probably not making the roster. Has not done anything since her rookie year. Obviously, Tiffany Mitchell's making the roster. And I'm pretty sure Kirsten Bell has a guaranteed deal, it seems. But yeah, it's like, if you're looking at this team, you're looking at their wing depth. Outside of Aaliyah Nye, they have none. Dana Evans is a 5'5" guard. Tiffany Mitchell is a 5. She might actually be 5'9". Meg Gustafson's out for an indefinite period. Cheyenne Parker-Tyus might be out for the season. Liz Kitley, in fairness, is probably their only backup center, but in a proper game, Asia will just play the center. And they'll move people up. But having a 6'1" long shooting wing could be perfect, because in the Aces system, we saw it with Alicia Clark. Like, she might have to play undersized power forward. And you're not going to find really better than Bree Hall. I think the Aces could go and pick her up. Like, I would, if I was the Aces, I'd take her over Queen Egbo. If you're looking at the Aces, who's going to make the team? So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Depending on her injury. Because they can't, actually, no, she's guaranteed contract. They can't cut her. Oh, maybe she doesn't. But let's just assume Gustin's on the team. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So they have one more spot. And that's for like Kelly, Egbo, Bradford, Turner. And then obviously Parker-Tyus is eventually going to come back in the season. But if they have the money, I wouldn't be opposed to. I think I would take her over Harmony Turner. I'd take her over Crystal Bradford, and I'd take her over Deja Kelly. And if they can find a way to get off Kirsten Bell, I'd take her over Kirsten Bell as well. I'm not gonna lie. The Connecticut Sun just have so many players. I don't know. They looked awful. They looked absolutely awful. yesterday. Diamond, you got to just put them in the running for everyone. They stink. They absolutely stink. I'm sorry. And like, again, at the same time, it's hard to judge Connecticut Sun without Marina Mabry, without Anissa Morrow, without Sanaya Rivers, without Diamond Shields. And the fact that JC Sheldon still didn't start yesterday is a bit of a concern. But, and also now the Liberty. I actually think the Liberty could be the perfect team for long, rangy shooter. Like, if I'm the New York Liberty, bye-bye Marquisha Davis. We don't need you. We don't need you. This is a win-now team. And their roster is going to be... They're suspending her contract. So the roster is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4... maybe give me her over Kennedy Burke. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And even if you want to count Marquisha Davis as a guarantee, like Rebecca Gardner and Yara Sabley, Odom, and have I missed out on anyone? Martinez are all competing. I'm sorry, give me Bree Hall over any one of them. Like, I think if I'm the Liberty, that's kind of really what I'm going for. I am going out of my way to try get Bree Hall. I am going, and no teams can have enough lengthy shooting wings. And like, I would love for the Fever to have kept her. But if the Liberty aren't bringing in any of the overseas players they have the rights to after Eurobasket, if they don't plan on doing that, I would bring her in. The only reason if I'm the New York Liberty, if I'm not bringing in Bree Hall, is because I'm just letting you guys know they have quite a lot of cap space freed up. They're gonna have they have 180k cap space, and I understand they don't have to use that 180k cap space. There is, however, one player that, in a couple of months, the 180k could be used for MMA Simone. Yeah, they're the only team that can pay her what she wants and live in a big city and play for a championship. Yeah, I think it might be almost a given. Maybe the Lynx, but I don't think the Lynx can pay her. It all depends on if she wants that big money. The only team that can give her a max contract post-Olympic break is the New York Liberty. So if the Liberty want to do that, then obviously they can't keep Bree Hall. However, I think they might do it. Marquisha Davis is not on guaranteed money yet. I think the Liberty are going to take in Bree Hall. I don't think the Liberty are going to sit on a roster spot, and I think they're going to give her a shot, and they're going to pick one of her, Marquisha Davis, or Jalen Sherrod. None of those, I think, as far as I'm aware, on guaranteed deals. They're going to see what happens coming into the post Eurobasket break, and then inevitably when I predict MMA Simone ends up on the Liberty, it's going to be one of those young players that they get rid of, whether it be Sherrod, whether it be Bree Hall, or whether it be Marquisha Davis. They're going to see what happens. They're going to weigh things up, but my prediction is that Marquisha Davis. I said the Seattle Storm earlier. The reason why I'm making this video is I want to break down each individual team's chances. I think if it's the Seattle Storm should go for her. I think you never know with the Mercury. I just don't know enough about those players. I think the Aces should go for her. But every team needs more length and shooting. And I wish the Fever could have kept her. I really do. I think she was pretty good. I genuinely do think that she was pretty good in those preseason games. Her shot looks pure. She can defend. However, she's no Michaela Timpson, and Lynn Dunn, it's your fault. This is what Lynn done. Anyway, yeah, that's the video. I'll see you guys.